This is just a video of Kemontay's school supplies. On the end over there, those are my little workbooks, but this is his little science project. This is his school supplies. Just the basic stuff: crayons, markers, glue. Scissors. They always need this. Ruler, very important. They use that for a lot. He just got markers and crayons and color pencils. And when he was, we had another little case right here is where I would keep the stuff that he used, basically. Well, he didn't have to lug this big old thing around, but he loved this little thing. This is junk right here, and these are the books that I collected. Me and Kemontay collected together throughout the time of being out here, because he had a library, but that was taken into storage on December 26th of 2018. Public storage refused to wait 4 days for payment due to, they just said they didn't want to wait. It was like, I think $179. So they sold the storage. And these are the books that we started collecting after that. But he had like over 200 books. These right here are the school books. And this book right here was from when he was in Miss Norton's class, and this was I wanted to show you. This is why I took him. This is why I decided to do to do homeschool and not DC's public school. This is what he was doing when I would write down for him to practice his math, and this is what he was doing. And sometimes that's the table where I was helping him. So this is why I was helping. This is kindergarten, just so you know. And I was helping him where I was writing words, and he was supposed to, write the words too. And this is what Suge was he was doing while he was in kindergarten at these schools, and it continued through both schools. This is when I'm working on words with them and stuff. And this right here, as people, I guess now, I guess we take it as a normal thing for we just don't really care. But these are books these are the books that we have after the mayor's on November the 9th. The mayor, not the mayor, I'm sorry. November the 9th, DC council members. We was at DC council member McDuffie's office throughout November due to the attack that was done by DHS and their security. And on November the 9th, the office, I don't know which staff, so I can't single-handedly point nobody out, but they took Kemontay's book bag. And the book bag had a set of books that had all these subjects, because if you look at the DC's OSCE's sufficiencies, based on what the lady told me, I had to have all of the school subjects such as science, language, arts, music, PE, all of that stuff, you have to have all of them, spelling, math, you have to have all of the subjects for the child, and you also have to have everything dated and so that they can track what they were doing on each day. So she explained basically like what they needed to outline the curriculum. So once she told me that was because this was in October when they had this case going on for a whole year since we was in DC. So DC McDuffie's council members, those are our friends, and you could just, as you see on the Facebook video, those are our friends, but they were assisting. They took the book bag, but then they realized just to go ahead and take him into custody because by them visiting and all of that, they realized I had all of this stuff and that he was doing school and that I was paying for it. Of course, it's the federal government. So you'll see that during this time when me and Kemontay was living in the shelter, we did not get SNAP benefits, nor did we get any TANF benefits. So the only thing that we had to live off of was my SSI, which was reduced for over $100 a month, which went on from VA since VA started reducing in 6/1 of 2017, and that went on till 7/1 of 2019. That they kept reducing it down. They started at $75 in Virginia, and then they kept on reducing it until it was like 100 and something. So when we was living here in DC, after they took their money from SSI, it was like we were getting $665 a month. And out of the $665 a month, 400 of it had to go on bills for education and for my phone bill and for our stuff that was in storage, which we end up losing anyway. But so we didn't have SNAP benefits and we didn't have TANF. So everything else like food and personals and all that had to come out of that money. So I think we had like a maybe $20 or $30 to live off a month. But I had sat down and did a financial thing with them to show them, and I did it with the Washington Legal Clinic, who I gave my bank statements to, and what they did was utilized it to ensure that we would be in this situation that they're doing now. So this is a normal thing, and the only reason why I'm recording any of this is to show it so that, when I won't be here to see my son grow up, but I really want him to know what's going on. This doesn't matter. This is a normal thing. Molesting children. This is what our federal government and our Black Lives Matter and George Stroman and DC Mayor Bowser and McDuffie and Nadeau and Grosso and all of you guys, this is what you're about, targeting children. And because you're part of the government, it's allowed. So there's nothing I can, do about that. There's no laws. If there was, the things that was going on and what I'm talking about, none of this would happen. So if you have laws that you only utilize to harm but not to assist people, then there is no laws. It's just a bunch of bullshit that we've been just allowing you to do in the hopes of you allowing us to have something. And I know that's what most people do, and they probably expect me to do the same. But now I know I'm going to die because we don't have shit to live for at all. Because, no matter what, they just do whatever they want, and there is no laws. Like with the education neglect, what I'm showing you right now, when I appealed it, the attorney, Philip Skillman, was telling me, oh, don't appeal, well, you should just plead guilty to education neglect so you don't have to worry about, because if you appeal it later, they're going to find you. They're going to they're going to deny the appeal for education neglect based on the fact that you missed those appointments. I said, no, sir, that makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? So I want to appeal, and I said it in the court. You know what I'm saying? When they said, okay, we find education neglect and mental instability. So I said, okay, I want to appeal both. So in order because I wouldn't plea, what the attorney did, Philip Skillman, to assist the government was he told me that he appealed both charges with the associate judges and that the associate judges found education neglect. So he had to appeal it to the appeals courts. And that's not what he did. He lied. He didn't appeal it with the associate judges, so he can appeal it to the appeals court so that it can stick when there's no charges of education neglect. So, this is what we're faced with. And, the attacks and threats and all of that. I only documented it just so that, we wouldn't be pretending when I respond that, this is some crazy thing. None of, oh yeah, this happened. So you get to see all of the little things that they said, the people they sent, all of the, the attacks, everything that's been done, and and including against Kemontay.